Welcome back to the Broke Diasporian. It's another beautiful day here in Ghana. And you guys know the saying, every beautiful day is a great opportunity to be out there checking out potential land or potential sites, right? Or did I just make that up? Anyway, thanks for joining me on this journey. Now, I know you guys are expecting amazing construction videos from me now, right? But today is going to be different. Today, I have a different kind of message for all of you guys. So, if you're a diasporian living outside Ghana, anywhere, or even living in Ghana, then I think you're going to see amazing and great value in this message today. So stick around to the end of this. If you haven't subscribed yet, just hit the subscribe button so you can check out my future videos. Thank you. I know many of you are only here because of the title and also to hear about my downfall on how I made it from the US to KASOA, and I carefully use the word downfall only because of how KASOA has been negatively labeled online. Anything negative that happens, it must be in KASOA, right? And also in this message, when I say kaswa, I just generalize it, meaning anything that is outside of the center of Accra, any of the outskirt towns is what I mean. So keep that in mind for this message. Okay? Many of us in the diaspora dream of moving back to Ghana, but what we see is the big bustling city of Accra. I mean this, and then this, and then this. It's beautiful, right? And not even just diasporan, even people living in Ghana, when we're thinking about where to build our first residence or a place to live, we all want to be part of this big, beautiful city or towns of Accra, right? So this is why I feel that it is important for me to share with you my story on how I made it from the US to KASOA, right? So whether you see it as a downfall, I hope that there is any message or there is a lesson that you're able to learn out of this, right? So stick around all the way to the end. So there are two kind of people thinking about relocating back to Ghana, or maybe more. So just bear with me, right? Now, there is the group that have all the money available, have been saving a lot, and the funds are ready. They're able to come in and purchase either these houses or these lands in the dollar rates at those very high-end areas. Perfect. Group number one. Yeah. And there is the second group that I feel like I more belong to, that are the people that are just living paycheck to paycheck, but still have this dream or this call or to return back to the motherland, right? And do not have all the money available and cannot just come in and buy the expensive land or the expensive houses in these beautiful cities, right? And now I think there's a third group. The third group are the people that are close to the second group but feels like they should be in the first group. I hope you get it. These are the people that live maybe close to paycheck or maybe a little bit better than that, right? But feel that they should be in the first group, should be able to buy the land, the expensive land and the expensive house, be able to live in the expensive cities, right? So want to, but maybe not able to, right? Maybe I'm going to explain that later. So that's the third group. So now, if you belong to the first group, then probably this message is not for you. And Probably you wouldn't have been following me or watching me because the name is the Broke Diasporian, right? If you belong to the first group, you have the money available. It's amazing to live in those expensive cities. So skip this video, go and watch the expensive real estate videos. Great. Now, if you belong to the second group and the third group, this is an amazing video for you because what I'm realizing is, especially the third group, a lot of people want to afford it so much, but then there is always a price to pay for this. I see many of my brothers and sisters spending a fortune on the land or apartment rentals, expensive apartment rentals, trying to get that perfect house in the big city. The reality is, right, many of them are spending all their savings to be able to secure that amazing land at an amazing location, which is an amazing thing, right? I'm not downplaying that. Now, what is it that we usually notice that happens in Ghana? So you're either able to purchase that expensive house and you're left with little to nothing left to furnish the house, live in the house, meaning house comes with expenses, or maintaining the house, right? Or you purchase that expensive land, this amazing location, and you're left with little to nothing left to properly secure the land, and also to properly complete your project on it, right? And I feel like this is why we're seeing, or there is so many uncompleted buildings or uncompleted projects that's going on in Ghana, where a lot of people would end up being stuck and decide to sell that uncompleted construction or project or building, and either do something different or return back, because guess what, all that money now is trapped in that expensive location. Great if you were planning on using it as an investment vehicle, but I know a lot of the time that's not what these uncompleted projects are. If not, you purchase the land and just leave it there, right? But these big and amazing cities comes with a hefty price tag that a lot of the times people do not do the math before making that decision. So this is why I am ready to share with you why it is so important to go outside of Accra. Ghana is not just Accra. And I think even Wodemaya mentions that and does a good job about trying to show it. Ghana is not just Accra or the big cities. There are beautiful towns out there. So yes, I am the diasporian that made it from the US to KASOA, which is the punchline of every joke, right? KASOA. And yes, I am the diasporian that does not have his big house in the East Legon with the big amazing view. And yes, I am the diasporian that is not driving in the fancy car in his expensive neighborhood. Yes, I'm the diasporian that is driving in that cracked windshield that you're seeing there sometimes whenever I need to. And I am okay with all of that. But let me tell you what I am as well. I am also the diasporian that has decided to prioritize having multiple sources of income and revenues. So, hear me on that. I am the diasporian that decided that it's okay to go outside the big city of Accra. I am the diasporian that decided that it was okay to purchase where I could afford years ago because they said buy land and wait, not wait and buy land. So if I have a residence that's located in KASOA, I am totally okay with that because I'm also okay with having multiple rental units in KASOA and outside of the big cities that are bringing me revenue. I am also okay with having acres of lands that is outside of Accra that has 10x in value. I am very okay with that. Because what I realized that I don't need to live in the center of Accra to have a great life. Most of us coming back are not coming back with the intention to look for a job where you need to be close to your job or close to Accra. Most of us are coming back to do something back home. So if you have a car, you can easily access the city for anything you need. Now, I know my country is built where everything is centered around Accra, and even the current government realized that, and that's why they're thinking about a different city or creating a different city because Accra, like we would say, has choked, right? So for now, majority of the services that you might need, you would have to go to Accra. But how often do you need those services? And if you're not having to clock in or clock out over there, you're able to plan well and go and take care of those services or errands that you need to take that is in Accra. So if you have a car and you don't always need to go there, so I'm glad that it's not for food or for daily items that we have to go to Accra for. Right, so it's most of the administrative stuff, paperwork and things like that I understand. But you can plan that so well that it does not interrupt with your life. So this is the little advice that I have, that don't be pressured, don't be peer pressured with everybody wanting to come back in being in the big cities, right? If you can afford it, that's great. But if you've been watching me or you're following me, chances are that you're trying to do it step by step. You're trying to do it slowly, not come in and buy the expensive things, and down the road everything has choked and everything now has to be liquidated to go back and work on capital or re-strategize. You know your budget better, you know your finances better. So if you can live okay and focus on how you can generate revenue in Ghana, how you can generate no matter how little it is, I feel that is more important than the big house. And after that, there's no strategy that you have after that. So now, after for me, I'm not saying like, hey, I hope that very soon that I can also say that it's easy for me to just write a check or withdraw the cash to be able to purchase those houses in the big areas without feeling a thing. But that is when the income is so much flowing. If not for now, I'm totally okay with being the diasporian that's considered relocating back from the US to KASOA. And again, it's now downgrading KASOA because I love saying that I am from KASOA. I only say that because of how KASOA is just the punchline of every joke. And even if you're not in KASOA, anything close to it, you are part of KASOA, if you know what I mean. So this is my little piece, and if you've made it all the way to the end, then you are for sure on your way to something. So give me a thumbs up. Let me know which expensive area you're living so I can give you a shout out or say hi as well. And hopefully you can teach me how to be a neighbor of yours one day or soon, right? But I hope this has been a different topic than my construction videos, but go back to my page and check out my ventures, everything that I do in Ghana and how I earn my daily one Ghana cedis, because everything counts to the broke diasporian, right? So if this has been good to you and deserves a thumbs up, then do that. And watch out, I'm going back to my construction videos to show you how I'm building again in those neighborhoods called KASOA, right? But we love making that money daily. Thank you so much.